Yo, what is good? Okay, I figured this is probably my last workout of this strength phase right now, so I figured I'd just break it down. I've been getting a lot of questions of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and just all my thoughts on it, so I figured why not break it down as I do it. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm pretty sure this was my first working set. Um, Overall, real quick, just a recap of my strength phase was I decided based on Ryan Flaherty's principles I talk about in my podcast. The hex bar is like the go-to lift to get strong, and the main thing I learned from him is two things. One is more volume, because I was trying to increase my strength just by increasing my 1 rep max, because I was kind of cheating to do that because I don't like doing strength phases because I hate hurting my vertical. It's not hurting it, it's just temporarily fatiguing my legs to jump, but I was just trying to increase my 1 rep max, and I felt like that was just like temporary strength. It wasn't real like foundational strength. Okay, and so what I'm doing is a lot more volume, and also the second thing is only focusing on the concentric phase, which is just the lifting of the deadlift, and just dropping it on the way down. You'll see me in the video, I don't really just drop it completely. Sometimes I do, but I usually just go down with it really fast. It's pretty much the same thing. I just hate completely dropping it, but that's pretty much my focus right now, so this is my working set. Also, I'm doing, let me make this volume a little lower. So during my working set, I focus on 6 to 8 reps. So all these reps, I got 8 reps, which is really good. So this is my first set. It's pretty easy, and I increased the weight this week. So that's another thing I'll tell you right at the end of this set. So which I think this is the last rep. Yeah, let's get it. Ooh, chill. Okay, so what I was doing 6 to 8 reps of 65% of my max. For this phase, I've been using 385 as my max deadlift because I think I hit 405 or 415 on the hex bar, but that was 1 rep. So I would just say a solid 385. I wanted to go a little lighter just because I wanted to get good reps. I didn't want to just try to cheat myself and get poor form. I wanted good form, good work. So last week, I did 65% of my max. For the second day of the week, I've been doing... Let me back it up a little bit. So every week I've been doing 85% of my max, 4 sets of 3 to 5 reps on my first day of the week, and then a day of rest or 2 days of rest, and then I do the second day at 65% of my max, and I do 6 to 8 reps, right? So this week on my first day, my heavy day, instead of doing 85%, I jumped it to 90 just because I felt like I was getting stronger. And today, which is the second day of the week, from 65, I jumped up to 70%, which comes out to 270 pounds of my max. So that's what I'm repping right here. It's 270 pounds. I'm trying to go for 8 reps, and every set I was able to get 8 reps. And I think the last set, which is right here, I actually did 10 reps by accident. So I'm going to count them actually. 1. So this is my last set. This is the fourth working set. 3 wavelengths. 4. Felt really good today too. Like I felt, since I increased the weight, I thought it would be a little tougher, and I just felt really strong. So I'm really happy with that. I lost count already. So yeah, I remember right there, like thinking in my head, I don't remember what number I'm on. Let me do an extra rep, and I think I did that again. So, yeah. Okay, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reps, I think. Okay, so then let's hear him talk. Pause. So today I'm lifting first, dunking after. I never do that. I was gonna dunk to warm up, but I'm like, let me try it without dunking after I lift. So I'm trying that today. See how it goes. I'm feeling good. My workout's great. Focusing on the workout, so I'm dunking after. Just jumping a little to get a technique on point. 2 days I probably go dunk. Let's get it. Strength felt super light today. Well, weights felt light, felt super strong. Does that make sense? Okay, so, oh wait, Adam's let's get it. Was inceptioning me. All right, so what I meant by that was I usually dunk to warm up just because I like to dunk and it's a good way for my legs to get warm, break a sweat. But I've seen other people dunk after they lift, and I also just wanted to see how I felt because I never do that. And I like to switch things up because I don't like to get too consistent because I feel like I fall into a pattern and then I get good at that pattern, and I want to be more versatile. So that's what I did. So the only other exercise I did is right here. I did the same thing, 4 sets of 6 to 8, and I just used dumbbells. I tried to go heavy, and I didn't do any jumping, but I did do a knee up at the end. So I just did basic step ups because on Monday on my single leg exercise, what I like to do is the hex bar lift and then my single leg exercise. That's what I learned from Ryan Flaherty as well. Praise to Ryan. He had such good information. I jumped on. It's not even a program. I just jumped on his advice. he works with people that increase their speed, sprinters, runners, things like that. So I think it applies to jumping as well. So I'm just using it. So last Monday I did split Bulgarian squats, which is 1 foot on the back of this. You'll see it in my mix if you go back and check that video out. I have like 1 foot on the bench, and I kind of do like lunges. I just wanted to do something different, so I just did step ups. Something single leg. So what I've noticed about this strength phase is, since I'm doing 6 to 8 reps, it's a different feeling, because I'm not just going for super heavy 3 to 4 reps. And the first like 4 reps of this felt easy, and yes, I'm alternating legs, so I do 4-8 each leg. So the first 4 reps of each leg was pretty easy, but the second half was like exponentially difficult, and that's where I feel like the strength is building. So there's my twin on the right if I just grow my hair out. Alright, so we rep this out. Yeah, it's pretty tough. I try to get the knee drive at the top just for some extra leg work. Alright, so what else is next? So then I hit the courts. I only did those 2 exercises because I didn't really know what else to do. I could do some stabilizing things, but I knew I wanted to dunk too. But the main focus of these workouts have been the hex bar deadlift as my main exercise, then single leg. Then on Monday I did some core and back. So I didn't want to do core and back again. So I was going to do some stabilizing things where I just do suitcase carries where you hold a weight and just walk, just for like stability and things like that. But I wanted to dunk, so I just worked on my footwork dunking. So that's kind of how today went. So let's go.
I got.
What did I say?
Let's see what I got.
I had like barely anything. So moving on to the dunk session, whenever I warm up, I always go for just like some backboard touches, some layups, rim touches with the ball, just because I'm better without the ball, but I'm trying to become more natural with the ball. So I try to, at my worst, which is when I first walk in the gym, I try to jump with the ball, but it's hard for me. Let's see. I think I had to say something here.
My legs feel worse but light. It's weird, but I'm gonna try to get a few dunks.
Okay. Working on the left, right, just backboard touches, trying to go for a attempt. This felt terrible. My approach when I go off like dribble, my dribble dunks are terrible. That's the worst thing I'm at right now, is right left dribble dunks. So I try to do them early just to like get more natural at them, but it just felt awful. So I went for some 2-hand rim hangs. Felt super high. I actually measured the rim later, you'll see.
Feels super hard, man.
It was really tough to jump. It felt like what's different about the strength phase, which I might explain later, is that I feel more athletic throughout the day and throughout these workouts. Before, it's like I felt like super heavy and I just put like all this weight on me and I was like way off balance. So I think doing the single leg stuff has kept me athletic and kept me on point and kept me balanced, which feels really good. Okay. I couldn't even get a good toss. I'm just going at the rim. That's what I do when I'm trying to warm up for a session 2. I'll throw a toss. If it's bad, I just kind of pretend to go for it and go for the rim. Terrible toss. Better jump. I got a little bit higher. Decent if I would have caught it, but I'm not getting high at all. Like, no height on these jumps. Terrible. This kid came out of nowhere. He was really funny. He's like, can you throw it in? Can you throw it down? And then he's like, I can do it. And then I didn't even ask him. He just wanted to throw it. He's like, can I get on the video? Threw it up. He's like, I got to warm up more. And he went back to the other side. But he's a cool guy. So I got 1.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't know how high this rim is. I wanted to measure it, but I wanted to dunk one before I measure it, so it's not mental.
It was still mental because I'm like, it feels high and I don't know what it is, but if it was like 10-1, I could have been more pumped to get it too. So I don't know. There's both pros and cons to both sides of the mental. I'm just crazy. All right, so I measured it here, right? And instead of like trying to bend the tape measure at the bottom, I just let the tape measure hit the ground, and the tape measure itself is exactly 3 inches. So whatever it is here, you just add 3 inches. So that's what I say here.
This is 3 inches, so that's half an inch over 10 feet. 10 feet and half an inch.
So it looked like, let me go back. It looked, now looking at this video, that's where so when it was on the ground, I locked it out right there. And you could easily see it's half an inch over 9, but it might even be a little bit more. But it also fell up. I think I talk about this later afterwards too. It felt like a little bit up. And when a rim is tilted up, it's harder than if the same height flat. So if it's tilted up and this is 10 feet and you go to a different rim and it's flat and this is 10 feet, this 10-foot flat is easier just because you don't have to get above the rim as much. Does that make sense? So the tilted up really hurt, but no excuses. And I say this when it's a low rim too. Like if I measure it at 9.11 but it's down, I count that as like 9, 10 and a half or lower, just because it's easier to dunk when there's a bent rim like that. But I'm just pointing out that it was tough as hell, and I was jumping like poop.
Inches, so that's half an inch over 10
Got
feet.
you. Heard you already.
10 feet and half
Thank
an
you.
inch.
God. So I couldn't dunk again. So I ended up doing some height checks. Pretty low right here. I hit like my wrist. It felt like years ago. It was weird.
Like here. I feel like I went back 4 years.
Right?
Feels good though. Feels like I'm making progress. I don't feel good jumping yet, but I feel kind of strong. I don't know. But
I didn't know what I was trying to say there, but point is, I felt like what I was saying was, I think I say it later, is that I'm kind of glad that my verticals kind of stuck, because it feels like the strength phase is actually working, especially after I just lifted well and I felt stronger in my lifts and I still feel like I can jump naturally. I'm happy that I'm kind of jumping low, if that makes sense. So now I haven't done a vert jump in a while. There it is. Pretty happy with it. I got like almost all my fingers on it, almost grabbed it. I think I might have been able to grab it. My standing's never been good, so to come straight from a workout to do it, I definitely think my standing is going to improve, and I'm excited because if I can get this high on this rim on this day in the middle of my strength phase when my vert's the lowest, I think when I start transitioning to jumping more and getting higher and getting to the top of my performance window, I think I'm going to fly and get some good vert dunks, which is going to help everything.
one of my better jumps off standstill.
Oh! Terrible jump there. Just tried left, right. It felt terrible. Another height check. About the same. All right, I think I talk now.
I'm going to cut it.
All right, let's see what you got.
Whew. No bounce, but kind of happy that I'm not jumping high because it finally feels like the strength phase is going well. I was really strong today. I lifted that weight super easily, and I did lighter weight last week, and it felt harder, so I'm getting stronger. It definitely feels like I'm getting stronger. Shout out to Nico for having me focus on having the weight feel.
I can't talk. What he told me is, I said, obviously it's normal for vert, but I was asking about strength phase and things like that. He's like, just worry about if the weight's feeling lighter, and that's basically what I'm feeling to keep me motivated. Not that I need motivation, but just keep me sane, pretty much. And the rest of this is kind of BS. It's just the same thing you've heard me talk about throughout this video, but feeling really good about the strength phase. Do I have any other clips? I think that was the last clip.
Definitely not happy with the jumps. Obviously want to jump higher always, but happy with how I'm jumping now for being deep in the strength phase. So keep working. Great day of work. I'm really happy. This straight 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it's been, has gone really well.
So basically, I've done 4 weeks now. It took me 5 weeks because I had 1 week of vacation, and I think the first week might have been box squats anyway, but I've done, I think, at least three, maybe this is either the 4th or the 5th week of hex bar deadlifts. I increased this week in both workouts. Monday and today were really good. I increased weights both times, and I felt strong today even though I increased the weight. So super happy with that. Focusing on the hex bar and single leg and core and back. That's basically been my strength phase, and what I'm trying to do is just follow those principles, which is 2 days a week, 85% of my max on the day 1, and 3 to 5 reps, 4 sets of 3 to 5 reps. And then day 2, the focus is 65% of my max, 6 to 8 reps. Now, that's what I'm doing now, and I have 2 weeks till dunk camp, and I kind of want to, I feel like I moved my window up by getting stronger, and now I'm like at the bottom of the window, so I want to be at the top of the window by doing translative type of lightweight exercises. So what I think my plan is for the future during these next 2 weeks is do the hex bar still, but do 55% of my max, and which will be super light now for me, and just focus on bar speed, lifting it as fast as I possibly can. And I think that's a great way to transition from strength phase. You have a few weeks of sort of transitioning lifts, and then you're in the top of your window and you start jumping more and more. So I'm going to be jumping and doing lightweight lifts from now on. And that concludes strength phase for now. I think after dunk camp, if I'm not jumping that great, or I don't even know, I'm going to see how I feel, but I think I want to do a longer strength phase for like 2 months, because this one was like a month, maybe 5 weeks. So I think I want to do 2 months, because right now I increased this week, and I would love to just increase one more time, so I have like a really solid gain from when I started the strength phase, if that makes sense. Yo, but I hope you like this tutorial. Definitely going to make more tutorials in the future. Tons of things I can touch on. I think the next one I'm going to do is jump technique, just basically how to jump if you're trying to dunk. I'm not the best off 1 foot, but I can give a little bit of advice, but I have other videos to direct you to. But 2 foot, I definitely know what I'm talking about, and I have a lot of experience in it. So if you're new to the channel, I never say this, but thanks for watching. And this is kind of what I do. I'm just on my own journey to dunk as best as I can. T-Dub, if you go watch his videos, that's exactly what I want to do, sums it up. But I'm just trying to make videos for you guys, provide the best information I can, and everything I learn I try to share with you and keep you up to date on my own journey. So that's it. I kind of went like this and to wave, so we're in the middle. That's it. Let's get it. Let me know what you think of this, if it was helpful, if it was not, if it was too long, if I talked too much, you get it. All right. See ya. Yo!